Will this be another failed Arsenal transfer window? That's the topic of today's Transfer Tango, the show where we talk the song and dance as Arsenal transfers. Remember, like and subscribe. And this show is going to be mixed because that's how we're feeling right now. The Arsenal fan base has had a mixed week. Last time we did a Transfer Tango last Sunday, we were this close to Victor Gyökeres. It was saying that, people were going to fly over and we're going to get the deal done. It's been a week later and it looks like it's no closer than it was then. Victor Gyökeres has basically told Sporting he's not coming back. They've gone to preseason. He said he wasn't going. The Sporting president, who is notoriously difficult, has said he's not budging. And yeah, we're just at an impasse, it seems. But I'll get back into that later. What I want to speak about first in the show is the business that we've done. Now, we've made one signing and one is in the process of happening. And the one signing we have, Christian Nørgaard, we knew it was going to happen. And I said in my previous videos, I think it's a solid signing. He's a Jorginho, El Neni type. He'll come in, he'll deputize, he'll make sure everything stays ticking. We don't give up silly goals at the end of the games. And, he's not going to set the world alight, but he's going to be a solid signing. And one thing that I do like, I'll be honest, is the emotion that he showed at coming to the Arsenal. Like, this guy wants to, I think he wants to do well for the club. Like, it's big for him to come to a big club. He played for Brentford. It's in London. But he's stepping up to the Arsenal. And while it's underwhelming to some people, I think that guys who know what it means to step up, guys who are grateful to be here, will give you a little bit more. So, he'll give you basically what's on the tin. He'll be a solid player. He's a leader. He was Brentford's captain, so he'll bring some leadership to the dressing room. And overall, I think it's a solid signing. I'm happy with it. Only cost £2 million. We'll probably spread that over the next couple years. So, I'm happy with it. So, welcome, Christian Nørgaard. And the next one, which it looks like it's on the verge of being done, is Nani Madueke. Now, we're going to take a minute to speak about Nani because, as you've also seen in my previous videos, the fan base are not happy. They're not happy with Nani Madueke. We're not happy with getting a former player from Chelsea. And we're not happy with paying £52 million. My thoughts on it, and I spoke about this before, I think that it's not Nani's fault that, we paid £52 million for him. He's a footballer, and he wants to step up to Arsenal. The issue that I have with the deal, and I think a lot of fans have with the deal, is we're paying quite a high fee for someone who, on paper, shouldn't be starting. He should back up Saka. And we're strengthening a Chelsea team that we're in direct competition with. But whether we're rivals or not, we are in competition with Chelsea. Chelsea finished in the top 4 places. So they're going to the Champions League. And we have to compete with them. Who's to say that the money that they take from this deal is not going to be spent on a player that can take them over into the title race? Like, this is what's annoying fans. Now, when it comes to Nani, and I want to say this, all right, I don't agree with the Nani signing, but one thing I'm going to do is I'm going to back him. I'm already wearing the headband. I'm kidding. It's hot in the UK, and I'm wearing this keep sweat out mine. But I'm going to back him because he's an Arsenal player. Like, Nani is an Arsenal player. Whether I like it or not, he's going to put on the shirt, and when he hits the pitch, I'm going to back him. Do I have to be happy about it? No. I wasn't happy about Kai Havertz. Still not happy about Kai Havertz. But when he scores a goal, I'm going to celebrate. When he does something good, I'm going to say he does something good. And when he plays like a donkey, he plays like a donkey. Like, that's what it is. So, Nani Madueke, I don't agree with fans abusing him. It's not his fault. Any guy who's an athlete, any person, even us in our, we're not, most of the people watching are probably not footballers. We work normal jobs. But if someone came to you from a rival company and said, I will pay you more money, or, I'll pay you the same amount of money, but you'll have better benefits. You get to stay in your same house. We'll give you a company car. We'll give you some merch. A lot of people are going to take that. And is it my fault that I'm going to do something to better myself in my short career? Or is it the club's fault for doing it? So I think misdirecting your anger at Nani Madueke, it's not right. You should be angry at Mikel Arteta, who obviously, or supposedly, has called this guy like he did Raheem Sterling, and just knew he had to have him, convince him to come. Like, that's who you should be directing your anger toward. The board for sanctioning this deal, that's who you should be directing your anger toward. Not a guy who may only have a 10-year career, who's going to do everything he can to win something, to get as much as he can out of the career. I'm not mad at Nani Madueke. I'm not upset with him. I'm not going to slander him. Will I critique him and criticize him when he does poorly? Yes, like I do every Arsenal player. Will I, praise him when he does something well? Yes, like I do every Arsenal player. But it's not his fault that he made this deal. The club, though, paying £52 million for Nani Madueke also stops the fact that when we go into the market for another player, now those teams are going to be saying, well, you want a Rodrigo, you want a Victor Gyökeres. Well, you paid $52 million for that guy. We want 70. We want 80. You obviously have the money. You pay 52 for a backup. You've got enough for our star player. And I think that's the problem. This deal probably could have been done a little bit later. I don't think that Chelsea would have been upset with us waiting a little bit later. I don't think that a lot of teams would have been in for Nani Madueke. I think it could have been later on down the window before we got our Gyökeres or our Eze signing. And then you could have gotten this guy. And I think that the club could have protected him by doing that. But it is what it is. We have Nani Madueke. Welcome to the club. And I hope he does well. I hope he, hits the ground running. I hope the opportunities that he gets, whether in the Cups or whether in the league, that he scores goals, he makes assists, and he's a lot better than we saw at Chelsea. That's all Arsenal hope for. Our next topic, as we are moving on into the players that we all hope and want for, Victor Gyökeres. I spoke on Gyökeres. I think everyone who does Arsenal spoke on Gyökeres. He's the guy we want. This week he's held out of training. He's going to be fined by Sporting. And we know that Sporting's director is notoriously hard to deal with. The guy wants top dollar for his best players, and he should. He's Sporting's best player right now, and he should want top dollar. And I think that Arsenal haggling over £5 million is kind of embarrassing as a club. What happens if Liverpool get rid of Darwin Núñez and decide that, we can take Gyökeres? Will Gyökeres still be in love with Arsenal as much as he is, now? Or will he look at Liverpool and say, well, these guys just won a title. These guys won the Champions League. I know they're going to win something. I'll go there instead. And this is the risk that we run. And this always happens to Arsenal fans. And I think Arsenal fans are kind of now worrying because we're haggling over £4 million, £4 or £5 million. Pay the money, get him into the club, get the fans back on board. Let us be excited for the season. Let us stop doing this penny pinching. You didn't penny pinch for Nani Madueke. You didn't penny pinch for any of the signings we just made. But now we need a striker, and now you want to penny pinch. And I think that it's annoying because the last time we did this, we ended up with Kai Havertz. We were linked with everyone else, and then Kai Havertz comes $65 million. But there were no opportunities to get an actual out-and-out 9. Stop it. Stop it, Arsenal. We just want Victor Gyökeres done. Please bring him into the club. And the last kind of bit that we've been talking about for ages, Eberechi Eze. He's from South London. Got that one wrong. But he is from London. He's from South London. And I think the Nani Madueke signing worries us a lot. Because one thing that it does is it puts pressure on guys like, guys that we have in the club like Nwaneri, who are on the cusp of signing contracts. So if I'm Nwaneri and this guy comes at right wing, where will I go? at the 10? Am I sure to get a spot at a 10? Now we're talking about Eze. So if I'm Ranieri, I'm just like, well, if you bring Eze in, then he's going to play at the 10. You've got this guy to play at the backup right wing. Where do I go? Does Ranieri go to be the backup 8? The backup for a Declan Rice? I don't think so. If anything, I would see someone like MLS going in there. So if I'm Ranieri, I'm kind of sitting there like, oh, do I sign a new contract? But then if I'm Eze, I'm kind of like, well, you just signed this right winger. Am I going to go to left wing? Like, where do I play? And I think this is the problem that those kind of signings have. Now, if you signed Eze and then you sign Nani Madueke, I think players are like, all right, we've got something. But bringing in Nani Madueke at this stage, a lot of fans are thinking, well, we've brought him in. Will he play left wing? And if he does play left wing, then will Eze want to come from being the main man at Crystal Palace? He's going to be in Europe. Yeah, he's going to be in the Conference League. But he's going to be in Europe. Do I want to sit on the bench at Arsenal and maybe not win anything? And I think players are thinking that. Careers are short. And as a player, you have to know. Well, you not have to know, but you have to wonder if you have a better chance winning something elsewhere. Will Eze look at it and say, can I win at Arsenal or can I win somewhere else? Can I go somewhere else? And I think that's the big thing that Arsenal have to get around their heads. Like, we keep making these bargain bin signings, but the big signings are looking at it and saying, where will I fit in? The signings that we have, like Ranieri, are looking at it, where do I fit in? And I think that's what frustrates the fan base, is these signings seem like they're counterproductive. But we don't know. We don't know what Mikel Arteta's plan is. We don't know how he's going to fit all these guys in. What we do know is we want guys like Eze. I want Eze. Eze is a baller. He is a great player to have. He's a great player to beat those low blocks. He played at Crystal Palace, so he knows how to defeat those low and mid blocks. And he's a stellar. He's a stellar player. Getting him alongside someone like Saka, I think, would be massive, massive for the club. But we'll see. If we can get Gyökeres and Eze, then the Nani Madueke thing, I don't think anybody thinks about it. I think we're just like, it was a meh signing, but we got the guys that we wanted. And that's the important bit. So I think that's how the fans are feeling about it. Now, I do want to throw this in, and I don't know how true it is, but I don't know if it's banter or not, but there are talks that Nicholas Jackson from Chelsea might be a free agent. Not a free agent, but he might be free, to be on the market. And I tell you now, if we go anywhere near Nicholas Jackson, bend the whole club. Bend the whole club. If we get Nicholas Jackson, we might as well have just kept Eddie Nketiah, because I think Eddie's better than Nicholas. Like, I don't want it. We've hit our Chelsea quota. We've got Madueke. We've got Kepa. We don't need anyone else from Chelsea. Let's stop looking over there. Let's put our phone on Do Not Disturb for Chelsea. Block their number. Treat them like a bad ex. I don't want to speak to you anymore. You've got everything out of me. Please let it go. Please let it go. And then the pipe dream, Rodrigo. I'm starting to think more and more that it's not going to happen, especially with bringing in a guy for $52 million who we can probably put at left wing. I don't see Rodrigo happening, and I've kind of given up on it. Now, if it does happen, I'll be pleasantly surprised. I'll be over the moon, to be honest. But I think that the most likely deals that will happen in the next week will be Gyökeres, and hopefully we make contact with Eze. And also Mascara from Valencia. We're penny pinching with that one as well a little bit. They want 25 million euro, which I think is about 17 million pound. So we're kind of haggling over that. I see him coming in. I see that being a deal that we get done. We always can get in defenders. We always can get in defensive midfielders. It's the attackers that we have trouble with. So now we're just waiting on the big guys. We're waiting on those big signings. And then whatever happens else in the window, we can work with it. Right now, I see a lot of people rating the window right now in July. I would give the window a 6 out of 10. I think that we've gotten defensive midfield. We've rebuilt it. I think we've gotten in a backup goalkeeper for the cheap. I think we've gotten a right winger that, even though he's not what we had wanted, he's a guy who can fill in for Saka if Saka does get injured. He's a guy that can do that role. Will he make as many moments or have as many goals and assists? Probably not. But if we can get something on the other side, then I think that it will be okay. I think we get a striker in there, I think it'll be okay. So far it's a 6 out of 10. It's not underwhelming, it's not overwhelming, but we do want those big signings. And guys, thank you so much for listening again to Transfer Tango. Remember, like and subscribe. And I will see you guys next Sunday. Hopefully, we're talking about Gyökeres. Hopefully, I'm sitting here doing this. Hopefully, I'm talking about Eze is days away. And hopefully, the mood is better. It's less mixed and it's more positive. So, I will see you guys later. Take it easy.